Hey guys, it's me Devin, and today I have my February book haul for you. Now, I didn't get many books in February. Actually, I only got one physical book, and I got 8 ebooks. Now, these ebooks I all got in the app, iBooks. They were under the children/teens, which has now been separated to children's and then young adult. These books were all free to download, so I decided to take advantage, and if I like them, then I'll just buy hardcover copies, or I'll buy the sequel to support the author. Now, I don't anticipate getting any more books. Like, I might end up getting 1 or 2 like graphic novels, but I don't really see that happening within the February. So if I do get any more books this month, I will put them at the end of this video. So I'm going to start off with the single physical book I bought, and then I will be using my dad's Galaxy tablet to show you pictures of the ebooks that I got, since I am using my phone as my video camera right now. So the physical book that I bought this month was V-Wars Volume 1, The Crimson Queen by Jonathan Maberry. If you guys don't know, I love Jonathan Maberry's Rotten Ruin series, or Benny Moore it's called. And I recently went to BookCon last year, and I got his V-Wars adult book signed, and I got a sampler of the V-Wars comic books. And I really liked the sampler, and I do plan on reading the book before I read the comic books. That way I don't read the comic and spoil myself for what I haven't finished yet in the book. But I figured this was only like 12 bucks, and I love Jonathan Maberry's writing. This is, of course, about vampires, if you couldn't tell. Basically, this vampire virus was trapped in these icebergs up in the North Pole, and since the ice caps have been melting, the virus was let free, and now anybody can become a vampire. This book is very graphic from what I've read originally, and it's just a lot of blood, a lot of creepiness, and I really cannot wait to read the rest of this. Like, let me show you, like, creepiness factor here. Like, look at the child eating the mom and dad, and then, like, seriously, and then not even the next page is a guy getting his brains blown out. So I'm really excited for this one. Now on to the ebooks that I had gotten from iBooks. Now the first book I have here is The Trouble with Flying by Rachel Morgan. This is a contemporary book, and I'm going to read the synopsis from Goodreads, since these are all ebooks and I can't read them because I'm using my phone. It says, when 19-year-old introvert Sarah boards a plane to fly home after an overseas holiday, the last thing she expects is Aiden, the guy sitting next to her who's never flown anywhere before and refuses to shut up. Hours of random conversation later, they part ways. Sarah can't stop thinking about Aiden, though, and wondering if she made a terrible mistake letting him go. Should she abandon her safe, predictable life and go in search of him? Or would she be chasing a happily ever after that could never exist in real life? Now, when I read that synopsis, I automatically thought of Jennifer E. Smith's The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight, because it kind of has the same similar thing. 2 people fall in love on an airport/airplane, but with Jennifer E. Smith's book, it takes place exactly in one day, 24 hours. This one, I think, is going to take place in a longer span of time. The next ebook I have to show you is Flight by Alyssa Rose Ivy. Now again, I'm going to read the Goodreads description since I can't look at my phone. It says, sometimes you just have to take flight. A summer in New Orleans is exactly what Ailey needs before starting college. Accepting her dad's invitation to work at his hotel offers an escape from her ex-boyfriend and the chance to spend the summer with her best friend. Meeting a guy is the last thing on her mind until she sees Levi. Unable to resist the infuriating yet alluring Levi, Allie finds herself at the center of a supernatural society and forced to decide between following the path she has always trusted and saving a city that might just save her. And anything with New Orleans and paranormal aspects I am in love with. I love the show Pipples and Prolies on Animal Planet, and it takes place in New Orleans now, and I just absolutely love the city, so I cannot wait to read this book. And the next ebook I have to show you is Leash Gates I believe, or Leash Gates by S.M. Boyce. This is, I know, a paranormal book, and it seems really cool. It says, the final page will leave you breathless. When Kara Magari uncovers a secret door in the middle of the forest, she discovers and trips through a portal to a hidden world filled of terrifying things. Aurea? She just wants to go home, but the natives have other plans for her. She clashes with immortal shapeshifters, is carried off by a dragon, nearly dies on several occasions, and somehow becomes the master of an ancient book of magic called the Grimoire. Every time she thinks she's safe, her new friends show their true colors. Kara needs an ally, or she might not survive. Aura's monsters. She drops her guard when Braden, a native soldier with a dark secret, vows to keep her safe. And though she doesn't know it, her growing attraction to him may be her undoing. For 12 years, Braden Draconin has lived a lie. The Grimoire is the only chance at redemption, and it lands on his lap when Kara comes into his life. Though he begins to care for this stranded girl, there is something he wants more. He wants the Grimoire. Welcome to Aurea, where only the cunning survive. And I love anything with like portals and stuff, so I'm really looking forward to this book. Next ebook is called The Fray by Melissa Wright. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. This one, the cover drew me in right away. It says, unaware she's been bound from using magic, Fray leads a small, miserable life in the village where she's sent after the death of her mother. But a tiny spark starts a fury of changes, and she finds herself running from everything she's ever known. Haunted by counsel for practicing dark magic, she is certain she's been wrongly accused. She flees and is forced to rely on strangers for protection. But the farther she strays from home, the more her magic and the forgotten memories return, and she begins to suspect all is not as it seems. So, again, magic, awesomeness, my favorite kind of stuff. So the next ebook I have for you is called Redemption by R.K. Riles. This one I got because another book I have of hers called I have another book of hers that I'm actually currently reading, and I kind of forgot the name. I know it has to do with magic, and I figured since I was enjoying that book, I would get this one. Now, this one is considered a paranormal angels type young adult. A fatal car accident, a stranger, Abby, ruled by an even stranger, a beast, an insane demon, a world where right and wrong becomes dangerously twisted, and a confident, rebellious teenager. So, I think this is going to be really cool. I don't want to read too much more because it starts getting into a lot of descriptions, but I thought that one was really cool. And then there's another book that I also downloaded by the same author, and it is actually the spin-off for that series, so I can't read this series yet, but I got it anyway, and that is Acropolis, Book 1, and it says, Life isn't about getting what we want. So I don't want to read the synopsis to that one since it is a spin-off series to the Redemption trilogy, but I figured that would be really cool to have. The second to last book is a book I actually got because of Benjamin Atomes. He is doing a readathon this month, I believe, for the 3 books in the series, and that series is Bound by Prophecy by Melissa Wright. This one I don't know much about, except for obviously there's a prophecy where this girl and this boy are bound together. I don't know. I don't really want to know much about it. And the last book I got on ebooks is called The Queen's Blade by T.C. Southwell. This one is, of course, a fantasy book. I'm not entirely sure, so I'm going to look that up now, since I have it right here. Okay, I should have had this all opened up before, but, you know, I'm not very prepared. Not to mention this tablet is very slow. So, let's see. Here's the book, and the synopsis says, a doomed kingdom, a young queen's sacrifice, and a killer who will bring an empire to its knees. In a world where men share kindred with beasts, the idol of the beast predicts a child who will end the endless war after centuries of strife. But the first enemy king must die and his son be brought to the Jashimari queen in chains. After numerous failed attempts, killing King Shandor seems impossible, until an assassin offers to do the deed. His success places the crown prince at Queen Mina Statsu's mercy, and Blade becomes the instrument of her wrath. Forged in the fires of fury, his heart died long ago in the Desert Kingdom. His glance is as icy as his smile and disarming, and the fires of passion will never stir his blood. He is the master of the dance in Jandor, the best to ever hold the title. Driven by hatred and with the skills of his trade, he will usher in a time of strife and pain that will live in legend and forever bear his name. He is the instrument who can change fate. He is the Queen's Blade. Now, that is, to me, really, really cool. And I've been getting into a lot of like indie authors lately, so I'm hoping to really enjoy all these books I've shown you. If you have, by any chance, read these books, please leave a comment in the comments below whether you liked it or disliked it. No spoilers, please, because I haven't read any of these yet. And if you'd like to, and if you guys want to, I would definitely recommend going to downloading the iBooks app if you have Apple and looking through the young adult section. You don't always have to get the free books, but they do have quite a lot of books there for cheap. And if you do stumble across some of these while they're free, I would download them because they sound really amazing. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys have a great day. As I said in the beginning, since I am participating in Project TBR, I really don't plan on buying too many more physical books. Yes, ebooks can pile up on your e-reader without you realizing, but my main goal this year with Project TBR is to lower my TBR that I have in physical books at home. So you won't be seeing too many book hauls, I'm hoping, this year. But I will, of course, get a few books. I'll do some library hauls, so don't worry. You will see some hauls. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you soon with another video very shortly. Happy readings. Bye.